Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. My name is Trago, and welcome back to my Dark Souls 3 Platinum Trophy Guide. In today's episode, we are continuing along with our playthrough, and we are going to beat the Abyss Watchers. They are the first Lords of Cinder that we will encounter, and this will open up a passage to upcoming areas such as Catacombs of Karthus and the Irithyll of Boreal Valley. So right now I'm just making a stop at the Farron Ring Shrine. I'm going to go ahead and give the Dream Chasers Umbralash to the Shrine Link, to the Handmaiden, Farron Ring Handmaiden, Shrine Handmaid, I should say. Okay, so this will enable you to purchase Titanite Shards.
Oh yes, I clip it, Miss Woodstock.
As you can see, the Titanite Shards are now available for sale for 800 souls. And let's go ahead and talk to Andre real quick. I think I have another coal to give to him as well. And we'll give him Sage's coal.
I'd heard one of the... I said, you shouldn't.
And this will enable you to infuse weapons with blessed items, I believe deep item, and also poison gems. So you'll be able to make those weapons now. Moving on, let's go ahead and continue on. We are going to teleport to the second bonfire in the Farron Keep. And this one will be named... let's see if we have any bone shards. Okay, so we're going to the Keep Ruins. And this will lead us directly to the door to the Abyss Watchers. Alright, now as you can see, we already lit the 3 torches, so the doorway to the Abyss Watcher boss fight is open, but there's still a couple of items that we want to get in this area. And first things first, you will notice some of these enemies here. I'm going to take them out real quick, and we will unlock the shortcut leading up to the Crucifixion Woods. I'm using a Stora's Straight Sword +4 at the moment. This is, in my opinion, actually the best early game weapon, simply because if you infuse it with a raw gem, you will have the highest physical AR, which means attack rating. And I know you might be able to get higher overall damage with a different type of weapon. For example, if you have fire or deep infused weapons such as deep battle axe, or if you have a fire gem and infuse your weapon with it, then you might actually get higher damage. But because it's a split damage and has to go through defense types, through 2 different defense types, it will actually amount to doing less damage overall. As you can see over here, there are a couple of Dark Raves which are actually fighting the Gru enemies up ahead. So I'm just going to let them do their thing. And we are going to go ahead and light a bonfire here. This is the bonfire that leads to the Abyss Watchers and also has a shortcut to the Crucifixion Woods. And let's just go ahead and open up the shortcut first. There are a couple of items for us to get here. And I'm not going to fuck around these guys too much. I'm just going to go ahead and take them out. You can actually walk up behind them and backstab them. So the only threat in this area is this giant crystal lizard. And that one goes down real quick, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up the shortcut here. And you also pick up a spell to the side, and you pick up a great magic weapon. Let me just see if I have a stats to use it. I might actually be able to equip the great magic weapon, because I do have some intellect since I'm going to make this a pyro build. So this one greatly reinforces right weapon of magic. I need 15 int. I have 14 at the moment, so can't put it on yet, but I will probably try using it soon. Moving on, there's a hidden drop here. This one will lead you to a hollow gem and a dark miracle. So over here you will pick up Atonement, and what this miracle does, it basically increases the aggro range for the mobs, so that way they'll be able to notice you a lot sooner. And over here you'll pick up a hollow gem. That miracle is useful if you are a phantom and you're basically helping out a host who is not this good in the game and doesn't know his way around. That way it kind of takes some pressure away from the host. So I'm just going to go ahead and teleport to the last bonfire that I rested at. And we will need to summon an NPC for this boss fight, just because there will be an NPC here who will give you a gesture when you summon him. There's actually a number of different NPCs that will give you gestures if you kill them, or if you summon them for boss fights. So this is going to be one of them. And actually, you can summon another NPC here, and that's Havel, who has invaded us previously in the Crucifixion Woods and Farron Keep. That NPC you can summon if you join Rosaria's Covenant and donate a Pale Tongue. But since this directly interferes with Sirris' questline, I would not advise you to do it until New Game Plus, when you've already completed the questline for Sirris. And those grooves, you can farm them for the Wolf's Blood Swordgrass. That's the Watchdogs of Farron Covenant item. You will need 30 of those to acquire the Wolf Ring, which is required for a Platinum Trophy. Okay, so the NPC that we have to summon is Black Hand Gottard. I'm going to go ahead and summon him, and I'm going to skip fighting these Dark Wraiths at the moment. We're just going to go ahead and go straight ahead to the boss fight. And when you summon Black Hand... Oh, actually, I'm going to have to help him out by the looks of it. Yeah, those, see, I got by my sword gesture, and actually these two Dark Wraiths almost destroyed Black Hand Gottard. They're pretty powerful, so, and they tend to do a pretty easy work of the NPCs. So moving on, let's go ahead and access the boss fight. This is actually the first boss fight in this game that's pretty challenging, so take your time. This is going to be slightly harder than the bosses that we fought previously. And this is actually a pretty cool cutscene in a vein of the Penetrator cutscene from Demon Souls or the Artorias cutscene from Dark Souls. And keep in mind, these enemies can actually be parried and backstabbed. So use that to your advantage. And the boss can, when there are multiple copies of this boss, he can actually, they can actually damage each other. And this is only the first half of the battle. Let's see what happens for the second half. Okay, so for the second half, as you can see, the essence of all the fallen Abyss Watchers forms into one, and actually he is a lot more difficult during this phase. And he becomes a lot more aggressive, plus he gets fire damage element to his sword. So, same things apply. You can still backstab this guy. And he's also fairly easily staggered. Also gets this giant flame arc to his sword as well. And I'm just utilizing the Black Flame Gottard as the meat shield, basically. Okay, there he goes. Finally was able to catch my breath. He's actually easily staggered, but if you're not careful, he'll combo you to death fairly quick, just because he does a lot more damage with that fire sword, and he does have quite a bit of reach with it as well. So now that we've defeated him, let's before we proceed further into Catacombs of Karthus, which are straight ahead, let's go ahead and travel back to the Firelink Shrine. Okay, and as you see at the Firelink Shrine, Sirris of the Sunless Realms makes her second appearance. So let's go ahead and talk to her. Usually the trigger for her to appear the second time is either visiting the the tower with the Old Wolf of Farron and killing the Stray Demon there, or defeating the Abyss Watchers. So let's go ahead and talk to her real quick.
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart. I too am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that cordial intrusion lays the path to embers. If I can be of help, by all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Okay, and you get the Darkmoon Loyalty gesture from her. You will need this in order to access the Darkmoon Covenant.
If you should require assistance, use my sign. Bless. If you should.
Okay, now that we've talked to her, let's go ahead and talk to Hawkwood, see if he's got anything different to say.
You oft the Lords of Cinder, the undead legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward? For helping them.
Okay, you get the Farron Ring from Hawkwood after defeating the Abyss Watchers. And let's go ahead and place the Cinders of a Lord here for the Abyss Watchers. As you could probably guessed already, you will need to fill in all the 4 empty thrones, and Ludlaf over here is occupying the other one. Oh, and also Aegon of Karim is here as well, so let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
I know you. Been some time. I just dropped in to see how she's getting on. Now, what are you playing at with this circus? This cesspool of doddering old folk and degenerates? Couldn't be better. She must fit in perfectly here. This couldn't.
Okay, and he does not do much else. Really, he's just kind of hanging out at the Firelink. He will leave, and you won't see him much until later in the game. Let's go ahead and check with Orbeck, see if we can. Well, we can learn a bunch of sorceries from him. I'm not gonna bother with purchasing them quite yet. I've given him all the scrolls that I've had, so let's check to see if we can get anything from Irina.
Oh, did you wish?
And we can actually get Saint's Ring from her, which allows attunement of additional spells. So let's just go ahead and purchase that.
Have a pleasant journey, I pray.
And finally, let's visit with Ludlef and see if he's got anything new in store for us. And Firelink Shrine is unusually busy today now that we've defeated the Abyss Watchers. Let's go ahead and talk to him real quick. And we can get Crystal Hail from him, so I'm going to go ahead and purchase that since I have to anyway. We can also get the Deep Soul from him as well. That you get for the soul of the Deacons of the Deep. So you don't have to purchase any weapons, so make sure you purchase spells, pyromancies, miracles, and rings. And we've already purchased Pontiff's Left Eye. And now we have a choice between Havel's Ring and Boulder Heave. Since I'm going Pyromancer, I'm going to go ahead and purchase Boulder Heave. It'll be a little bit useful for me. You don't really need Havel's Ring unless you prefer using some heavier weapons. So I'm going to hold off on purchasing that till New Game Plus. You do need the Soul of a Stray Demon, and since we only have one, we can only buy one of those items. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Boulder Heave first. And this will lock out Havel's Ring until future playthrough, but since we got to beat the game 3 times anyway, this shouldn't be a problem. So on this note, I'm going to go ahead and stop. We've basically did everything we could up to this point. Next up, we're going to go ahead and travel to the catacombs. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.